Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. How's everyone doing? Welcome. How you? So how you doing? How you doing? Welcome. How you doing? Hey? You having a crazy hair day? Like a me? Like a me? Ooh. What a relief. Whew, isn't it? What a relief. To be who you want to be. To act who you want to act like. To be beautiful authenticity. Embodiment with the alignment. Right? Because we are fully aligned. Aligning, whatever the freaking going on. Goddamn, I hate myself. Oh, the song's can't. Once. Alright. The song has stopped. So, have you been listening your tarot readings? Are you getting some tarot readings? I'm not a reader, but I am a listener. I love me some tarot readings, and this is my favorite deck in the world because this is the most important one related to what's going on with our spirit, with our soul, the soul that connects us to that spirit. And right now we are walking through that tunnel that everyone has to walk through by themselves. Isolation necessary. Energy recalling necessary. A lot of necessary shit in it. Don't let me spoil all of it. But I will, because I like to spoil some truth so that others don't have to go through too much like I did, that did. But we're here now. Are we? Here now. Yes, we are. Yes, we may as well. You may as well. Alright. May as well get this book. Open. Chook. Nice. Let's see our first card. First card says Three of Bows, fulfillment. Are you fulfilled yet? Of course you are. Let's see our next card here says. Again, I'm not a reader. I'm just right now, just trying enjoying life is what I'm doing. Let's see. King of Arrows, Kingfisher. What does this mean? He doesn't know what this means. Who knows? We can chit it later. Of course, not today. No. So, how you been enjoying the show? Have you been enjoying the show? Have you been realizing that it's a show? It's a show that everyone shows up to play without realizing that they are playing a role. They're playing a role. Everyone has been playing a role. But calm down. It's not too much show, right? Like you're just the one. You're just like no. That's what I thought. Like what is going on? Oh yeah. What is going on? So yeah. What is going on? Let's be serious for a second. Or not. Should I speak normally? Or should I continue with my character? Any character I want. In every character, I can channel frequency vibrations and energy. Do you realize how important are they? You realize it, right? You realize that the frequency, as it increases, the minds of others, the thoughts that comes from others, decreases, right? They go down around you. Sometimes, my friends, sometimes. And sometimes you go crazy around people because maybe you met an angel you didn't realize. Back in the day, maybe. For some, in the future, for some. But is there now? Is there past? Is there present? I mean, let me say that again in the correct way. Past, present, and future. Is it all interconnected? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Is it all happening within the now? Yes. Yeah. So it's everything, if everything is happening in the now, then what are we doing here? Right now. Right now I'm in this room with this wall. There's the curtain right there, the window. What is there? Is that part of me? Is that part of us? You know, are we all one? Are we all living as one? Not yet. Maybe we are coming closer to it. Maybe we are doing it right now without realizing, but we are realizing it right now, and we will be living in it fully when the time shows up, which is showing up as fast as possible, as you guys can see from the people around you, waking up, waking up, shaking up things. Are you shaking up? Are you shaking up stuff? Do you realize that when you even, let's say you are at a bus, you're about to leave the bus, instead of leaving from the behind door, you leave from the front door. Why? Because there's a driver there. The driver is stressed. A lot of the public is stressed. Everyone is projecting their mirrors, each other, their black mirrors in most part. Not yet so many white mirrors around. But, the white magic, right? But, you go to the front so that you can say to the driver, thank you. Thank you for driving me to A, to the B, which I didn't understand in my math classes, but thanks to you, I'm able to achieve that in real life, right? So, can you see me? Can you see me like this? Is this good? Is this good, guys? So, if you do that, if you do such an action, such a small action, you do such a small action like that, it took like a 1 millisecond of your life, right? 1 millisecond. Take one. Now I'm being normal me after like 9 minutes. And I can't do anything I want. I'm telling you, crazy. Am I crazy? Are we all crazy? Are you getting crazy? Are you realizing that you need to be crazy in order to be? Just be. That's it. That's the whole video. I should end it right. Just be. That's it. That's all. That's what you need. Live in the now with full authenticity. It's just like no embarrassment, nothing. Don't like, you know those. Let me tell you. Let me show you the game. Yeah. Let me show you the game. So, do you know the graph that shows the importance of emotions, right? Shame, 20 points. Very, very bad. The worst of the worst. Shame. If you feel shameful in any way, you gotta work on that. You shouldn't feel shame at all in any way. No. Look, who are you ashamed of? What are you ashamed of? What are you ashamed of? Nothing. Anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about all these. I can make a video about all of them and let you know how you can be a fully authentic. All right, so guilt. Do you feel guilty? Well, you're not awoken yet or fully aligned yet, but you will slowly but surely, because I'm going through the same. We're all going through the same, or else our frequencies wouldn't have matched, right? We wouldn't have a match. YouTube algorithm, which is in the ether, where we are connected all as one on the background without realizing it. When we sleep, we know what's going on. When we come back to awakeness, we forget. Our Audis are fucking with our innies. Excuse me, my French. So, let's go back. I can go to which direction, you know. We can talk about innies and outies. We can talk about Audis and innies. We can talk about innies and Audis too. All right. Guilt, apathy. What is apathy? God damn it! My English is getting bad. Apathy. Fuck it. Ups excuse. Grief. Let's not talk about grief, bro. Just kidding. Fear. Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Let me guess. My sip. You guys hear sip. Sip. All right. Grief. Let's open this one. Wait now a little bit. It's getting hot. And fear. Man, fear. A lot of people are afraid of a lot of things. And only way to beat your fears. Only way is to face them. You gotta face them. You gotta face them. Desire. Do you have desires? Well, do you still desire some materials? Or do you realize that what you desire, when you're high frequency, when you're tapped in, that's something you need to get to in order to get the other thing that's gonna help this other person, that's gonna help this other thing, that's gonna help. When you say hi, when you say thank you to the bus driver, that bus driver now has that positive energy within him. So he has to now realize that, wow, finally, another person treated me as a human being. Another person treated me as a human being. And that bus driver is going to go to music came on. So, what were we saying? That bus driver is going to go, and of course, also say thank you to someone else. Just gonna spread that positivity. It's just gonna battle that those inner demons of that person is going to lose rank, lose strength. And that's what it's all about. Let's go back to the chart. In fact, what comes after fear and desire? Anger. Did you see me? Was I angry there? Or was I acting? Because there comes a time after the awakening is complete where you get to reintroduced into the society. When you're ready, when you're alive, authentic, when you are complimenting. What is this? When you are, pull a card here. What is that? The World Tree. Oh, I love this one. Look at that. And we got that. What? We got that. What? It's not going there. No. We ain't going. That's an output right there. So, anger. Yeah, the word anger. Anger. Are you angry? Stop being angry. It's easy to stop being angry once you know everything is testing you. Then it becomes funny. Once you follow that formula 1, that formula is in Bashar, that Darlianka, who's been channeling Bashar. Remember Bashar? What was it? Top of the morning to you, come everybody. Bashar. Top of the morning to you guys. He got that formula. What does the formula says? You follow your highest desire. Didn't he say just before about desire being in the lower rank though? But when you get in the high, when your frequency is high, now your desires, as I told you before, now is matching with what you need. You know what I mean? Come on now. We got that. Now, the thing is that another card. Oh, what is it? 3 of arrows. Jealousy. Yeah. Pride. There's the ego, lower ego and higher ego. There's the lower pride and higher pride. Once you are aligned with your spirit, you are now talking about some of the high stuff, quality stuff, not the lower stuff. Low stuff can go lower, but they will keep testing you over and over again until you don't break, until you become a diamond, like a diamond in the sky. You become a diamond. Diamond in the sky, shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond. All right. So yeah, butterfly effect, pay it forward effect. If you pay it forward, like what I'm doing right now is paying it forward, because I have heard, let me be serious, I have seen thousands of videos right on YouTube, last 20 years that I've been like a conspiracy researcher basically, because as soon as YouTube came in our house and Istanbul, Turkey, basically in our country we basically allow conspiracies for some reason. We even have stuff talking about adrenaline chrome topic. where we talk about that in like a news, on the news, you know, just they are showing everything. It's very, and this is like years ago. But anyway, as soon as YouTube came out, like the Illuminati videos, subliminal messages videos came out, as I was already hooked 20 years. I was like I became ever since then like a deep researcher, right? Deep researcher. Researching the shit out of everything. Because also that whole thing made me an agnostic atheist. Yeah, like 20 years. And I go and I thought I got it. I was on my high horse. I thought I was like, guys. you guys believe in the soul? What about you guys? What do you believe in? Fucking another bullshit. fucking idiots. I was that fucking, excuse my French here, that guy, that idiot, thinking I got it all right, but I did not. I would not. I could not. Should have would have. No. Didn't happen. Didn't happen like that. Nah. What was that? Pause right there. You got a pause. Let's not back too funky now. I'm not that happy with this. Yeah. So 20 years of research, atheist. I had a website. I was like debating everyone, convinced my whole family, best friends, like everyone. Like I'm riding my horse. Like who wanna get it? Who wants to get it? Who wants to get it? You wanna debate? Oh, okay. You wanna debate? You know, smacking all kinds of ass all around. You know, I catch those patterns, you know. I thought I got some good patterns with that Richard Dawkins shite, with all the atheism, the Big Bang, the evolution, the monkeys, the common ancestor, the all the bullshit war, biology, what a waste of my time. Waste of time. But it wasn't, of course. Of course, now we realize that everything was meant to happen when it was meant to happen. And that everything happens perfectly. Even though this is the question of evil, the diabolical evil, still forget it. It feels perfect. Perfect! You know? Perfect. Everything happens when they were meant to happen. Right? But yeah. I thought I had it all. Atheism. This video is all over the place. Why? Extreme ADHD. But that is my superpower. If you don't realize that yet, you should. Your ADHD is your superpower too. You just gotta do your highest desire. We're gonna continue from everywhere. We're gonna continue by our topic, continue from the boss. We're gonna mix it and match it. Mix and match. But don't do that mix and match spit bullshit. Anyway. So until your frequency is at the right space where you can attract your twin flame. Don't even try any bullshit. Or else your years you will suffer by the hands of the weak. The pussy. Alright. By the hands of the powerful. The divine masculinity and the divine femininity is in all of us. It is in every one of us. It is very important that you nature, nurture, all of it. Alright. So, let me get this. Opa, pillow. Pillow time. So, let's continue from that. But yeah, basically, hardcore agnostic atheists debated all kinds of people. Always one or thought I won those things. It was all about like trying to let, like winning, trying to do all kinds of ego game, all kinds of who knows what was I doing. But what was I actually doing deep down? And what was I also doing? Try to seek the truth. We have, without result, we have been seeking the truth. And we have been finding the truth very close. Now we are closer. Are we fully there yet? No, it's gonna be always unknowns. It's gonna be always questions. It's gonna be always lonesome. It's gonna be always changing. But because of all that shit, we are right here, talking, having a conversation, you and me, and all of us at the same time. Whoever is seeing this at the moment of the now, doesn't matter if you see this 2 years from now, 20 years from now, or 20 years ago. Just kidding. Time is circular. It is interconnected. Well, doesn't matter when you see. When you see it, your frequency, 322, let's say, it's like 323 hertz frequency or whatever. Let's say I was at that same frequency. You're at 322, I'm at 322, whatever. 332. Let's see. Not skull and bones. Right when that, let's say when I'm making this video, I'm right now putting a lot of spelling, all this type of, the English language, right? Television programming. Tell a vision. Television. Tell a vision. What are you telling this vision? Television programming. We are programming that vision. Okay, continue. What are you doing with this television? What is inside this television programming? Where are they having this television programming from? What are they doing? They are broadcasting. Broadcasting. Casting what? Oh, random card. Oh, for some reason Swan doesn't make sense. Oh, let's forget that. Edit that out. I don't know, maybe that means probably tarot readers know. Of course they do. If they know about this desk or deck. But yeah. Totally forgot what I was talking about. I shouldn't pull cards at all. I should not pull cards at all. Nah, I should pull cards. What are you talking about? What are you saying? I'm gonna pull cards right now. Bam. Goddamn, keep coming in reverse. 6 of arrows, transition. Transition. Are you transitioning? Transition. Are you transitioning into the divine being with merging your divine masculinity with your divine femininity and becoming that trans-apocalyptical godness? God? Like those Hindu gods? Realizing that it's all illusion, Maya, times and space and everything is in between. Everything in between. It's been all fake. Everything in between. It's been all fake. But has it been fun? Boy, has it been fun at times. Has it been tragic at times? But the sad moments make you appreciate the good ones, don't they? Come on now. Come on now. You gotta admit. Okay, sure, there's a lot of shit, but come on now. At least that shit tastes better when you don't taste the shit. And you taste the opposite. But there comes a time you taste the ultimate shit. Which will make you evolve into the ultimate zgad. Which has happened to us. We have tasted all kinds of ultimate shits. Ultimate shit. With all kinds of trials and tribulations that seemingly never ending. Never ending. Are they? Keep going, going, and going. Samsara circles. Shippity chippity chippity tap. They're always going. But now we have breaking the chain. We are breaking the cycle. You're breaking the cycle. I'm breaking the cycle. We are breaking the cycle. We are breaking the curse. We are breaking all the bounds. All those hideous, archontic, soul trap matrix bullshit contracts. And now we have activated our highest timeline. And now we are flying off to the distance. Wherever God, are you triggered? God lets us go. Who is God? Now, when we talk about God, G-O-D, the O-G-G-O-D, when we talk about that original gangster, they're my friend, God. They're my best friend, God. When we talk about that, G-O-D, what is that? Does that have to be anything related to those religions? Religion, where you are merging with that legion we came from. That, have you been learning your spiritual science, your theosophy, your pantheism, your hermetism, as above so below, as within so without? Everything you see comes from within you. Everything you don't comes from within you. Everything. My inside world right now, reflecting your outside world. Your outside world is right now reflecting my inside world. What kind of parallax shit is this? It's working though. It's working. Yeah. It's working. So, what are we doing here? Let's see. Let's see. Let's do this. Bam. Yeah. Let's continue actually from this a little bit. The graph. What comes after pride? Courage, right? Let's just end this quickly. Courage. You gotta be courageous, right? And that's actually the breaking point. Believe it or not. Once you're at that point, once you're done, you have that courage, then you face the challenge, you beat it. Are you gonna now continue forward, or are you gonna do the trials and tribulations dance? Oh, dance, that forever dance. It becomes fun after a point. And then you're like, I hope this is forever. But before you were like, fuck, I hope this is not fucking forever. Excuse more my French word. But I hope this was not forever. Oh shit, this is not fair. Oh, maybe this is kind of fair. Huh. Maybe this is kind of fair. So yeah. Yeah. Be courageous. Let's see what else they say. Neutrality. You know, neutrality, neutral. Are you neutral? Be neutral. Don't pick sides. Come on, don't be biased. Come on. You see the karmic patterns. You see the mirroring effect. You see in every single millisecond there's thousands of lessons, thousands of things that's speaking with you, through you. Yeah. Okay. Everyone, you speak with God. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? When you speak, according to the frequency difference, you may pick up different things from the same words, while others are picking up totally different meanings. And when people are speaking about their bodies, what are their spirit? Because spirit means crippled men. Crippled men meaning our bodies. Right now when I do these movements, is it me doing these movements? Because a lot of the time, these subconscious, some of these subconscious things, just body movements. Are they always our spirit, animating the puppet? Oh, look, it's making me dance. Oh no. Puppet show. Puppet show. So, yeah, it's fun. It's becoming fun. Once the mundane, once the boring, once everything becomes kind of fun, because you're telepathic now a little bit, huh? You're now understanding a little bit. You're now understanding a little bit. Understanding what people are saying, or what they are not saying, but definitely saying. What they are not doing, but definitely doing. Maybe they backstab. Maybe they're that whole stuff, once you get reintroduced to the society, once you climb that mountain of Everest, you stop sometimes, like, oh, this is good enough for me, and I continue, and then you're there after falling back with a bit as well, like, ooh, roller coaster, ooh. Oh, where's the roller coaster going, guys? I think it's going up. What time is it? It's like 2 a.m. I need to sleep. But not really. Let me get some sip. And we shall continue. Sip. Alright. Maybe I need some apple juice. Alright. Once you get reintroduced to the society, you come down from that mountain, you can play your character consciously, right? You realize that? You can do just like me right now. Whatever I want to do. Whatever is of my highest desire, we'll get back to Bashar and his formula. Once you do your highest desire, in fact, let's get back to that right now. So, when it comes to the highest desire topic, right? We were at that, the first step. It is about within every single present moment, right? Every single moment of every single now, the millisecond of the millisecond. Once you focused on the now, once you are breathing through, you want to relax, you do this, right? You put your hands in, you put your feet to the ground, you're grounding. You're gonna go grounding, you go ground every day if you can. Put your feet to the grass instead of those cold, house, like those kitchen, those stuff. They take away the energy. You get your energy from the earth, the mother Gaia, the mother water. Mother Earth, Gaia, Sophia. So, yeah, you ground, you do your good stuff. You increase your frequency. What was I talking about? Again, you're gonna remember at some point. Yes, we shall. And we're ready. The spirit will help us. Zoo. Everything we need to do. What did I pull right here? Bob. What is this? Kingfisher. Are you coming again? Why are you coming again? Okay. Kingfisher. Wow, what does that mean? You're gonna check. Should we check that out? Okay, let me check that. The wild tarot. The wild wood tarot kingfisher, meaning it means just as the kingfisher dives with flawless precision to catch its prey, the kingfisher in the tarot indicates the need to see the truth of a situation without emotional bias. Don't be biased, guys. Don't be biased. The bird is equivalently at home in both in air, mind, spirit, and water, emotions. This represents a powerful balance between logic and intuition. Logic and intuition, guys. That balance is very important. If you don't have the balance between the logic, the left brain, the intuition, the right brain, nothing can happen. No. You're gonna keep repeating the same bullshit. You gotta merge the good with the bad. And then play your character the way you want to play. You wanna act angry sometimes. You wanna teach people some karmic lessons. Teach them. If they deserve it. Your heart will determine that. You are God. Judge it. Don't judge it. Up to you. Alright, so the card often suggests using your strength and inner willpower to cut yourself free from heavy baggage, toxic situations, or things that no longer serve you. Release. Operation release. Operation let go everything that doesn't make sense. Which is everything, because everything is illusion. Right now I am illusion, you are illusion, we are all illusion, but not really. It's the place we are in is the illusion. And the thing that we think is the illusion, the characters that we think that we are having, we're born into VR glasses, guys. We're born in with VR glasses, like David Icke says in his Soul Trap book, which he wrote after my first deep dive. Can you imagine? I became the guy after the astral projection stuff, which came after. Mandela effect, which came after. Agnostic atheism stuff. Once I dabbled with lucid dreaming, astral projection like 7 years ago. And then I even started teaching it eventually. I started speaking to thousands of people on virtual reality, teaching to them in the big screen app how to lucid dream, how to have an out-of-body experience. I have my book about it. I have an ebook, which is about also the soul trap, matrix incarnation topic. But the thing is that even like after all kinds of debates online, all kinds of like, I was living online, I'm not interested in games. I'm not interested in knowledge, I'm like hooked. What? God doesn't exist? What do you mean, Father? They say God doesn't exist. What do they mean? They say God, no. Allah, no. What? There's such people exist? Father. Let me go to my room, watch 100 more videos about this thing. I'm curious. Boom. Same day atheist. All those Facebook videos from this group, the evolution, Richard Dawkins, all kinds of stuff, all of a sudden. And then Forge Carlin's, which was the first video that I saw that made me an atheist anyway. That kind of made me question. But yeah, after all that stuff, then astral projection, then eventually like New Age, the 5T New Age, toxic positivity. Welcome everyone. Everything is fine. Everything has always been fine. You will be saved. Just wait. Don't do nothing. Just you're saved. Just also it's coming to save you. After that 5T stuff, it was all about matrix incarnation, soul trap theory. Guys, you're not realizing that we are trapped here, guys. Guys, be trapped with us, guys. Let's trap each other. Let's put each other into loops. Let's just consume negative content every millisecond. And then we shall wake up. Let's wake up, everybody, into the full negativity. Let's wake up. The soul trap theory. I was the guy who wrote that first deep dive ebook, Matrix, which I titled it Waking Up from the Matrix, which I just put out freely. Reddit and all these other places. Archive and all. But yeah. So that everyone can get that public, that public service announcement. That, because I was seeking, like I've been 20 years seeking, like what is the truth? And every time I'm like catching something, some little thing, I'm like, share it with everyone, like everyone needs to know. For some reason, like I have that. For some reason, I have that disease. Seeking the truth and spreading it. For all my life. I'm 33 years old right now. 33. And this year, especially, waking up to these deeper aspects. Last 8 years, not 8 years. Last 7 years, all this stuff. And last, I don't know, 6 months or something. Seeing deeper and deeper layers, like last 6 to 8, 9 months, I guess maybe. Deeper and deeper layers of this thing, the mirror effect, what's going on, like all these 20 years of research I have had, trying to expose the truth, trying to find this truth, what's going on, because I come to the point of realizing the inner powers. In the ebook that I discussed, we have immense powers within. We are, gods basically, and just those Jesus letters says, we are not here to worship God, we are here to express God, right? We are here to express God. So that's the best thing to do, just express, just know. It's all good. It's all good once you do. Within every present moment, let's say in every present moment you have 5 different things to do, right? A, B, C, D, E. We need an F. Alright. So A, B, C, D, E, or B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it comes to options, let's say you have all these options, right? Like you want to do I want to go to the park, the ground? Do I want to go to this place? Do I want to go to the gym? Do I want to do this? Do I want to go read a book? Do I want to whatever? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're not actually moving physically anywhere. You're just watching the screen. You're watching your own movie, writing your own movie at the same time, but not necessarily. You already wrote the whole story. You're just living through it. Kind of like determinism, but not really. There's a compatibilism effect in it with the free will. Or else, how are you going to pass these lessons anyway? This karmic debt, supposedly, right? Karmic debt. Why? Are we paying for our past lives or this life? Are we in the afterlife? Is this purgatory right now? Are you in every single millisecond shifting from timeline to timelines, determining what kind of a person are you going to be when you wake up tomorrow? How are you waking up tomorrow? Are you waking up with a ritual? Are you waking up nice, good, ready for the day, conquer it? Conquer the day. You gotta do your highest desire, remember? So, when it comes to the formula, by the way, just to mention briefly, we gotta act on our highest passion, right? We talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different options. Okay, let's point them out of 10. Option 1. Do I want to go ground right now? Right now it's almost 2 a.m. It's dark. Nah. Alright, I'm gonna give that 1 out of 10. Do I want to do this other thing? Do I want to, and then you do the math, and then eventually let's say one of them is like 9.3. The other one is 9.33, right? 9.4. Then you gotta go with this. This means that if you follow this is going to lead you to that other thing that may not be for you, but that thing is going to also take you to somewhere else that's going to be not for you again, maybe, but then it's going to be for you eventually. Just don't worry about it. It's all chill. If you just gotta trust it. Don't worry about that. Come on now. Trust. Faith. Faith, 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 faith. You gotta have faith. So yeah, it says there, act on your highest passion. 9.4. We are going to go to the club now. That's the worst. That's the worst. Oh yeah. And then you take it as far as you can take it. You do that until it's not fun. Until you do it. And then daily. One step, and another step at a time. 1% at a time, we will change the whole world. It's easy with the butterfly effect, pay it forward effect. I am paying it forward from the videos I watched that encouraged me, helped me, supported me. All these people, all these tarot videos, channelers, these AI videos, random videos, every kind, thousands of videos, and then before that, tens of thousands of videos of related to astral projection, lucid dreaming, atheism, soul trap, matrix stuff, hypnotism, like Dan Brown stuff, all kinds of cold readings, all kinds of so many stuff. Like I was like learning as a skeptic, I was the hardcore skeptic, learning about all this scientific stuff too, like the quantum entanglement, right? Everything is somehow, connecting with each other, right? And then the double slit experiment, the observer effect, the waves changing when the observer looks at it versus not looking at it. What the heck is that about? And that fine-tuning of the universe here. Fine-tune the universe. One thing goes wrong, everything breaks. Would it? Get out of here. Divine protection. Yeah. So yeah, you do your highest desire activity at all times. At all times. You open YouTube, there's 10 different videos. Which one do you want to watch? Which one do you want to watch out of 10? Okay, 7, 8, 9, 9.3. I'm watching that. And then that video is gonna lead to 9.5. And then that 9.5 is gonna lead to 9.7. 9.8, 9.9, 9.10. And then you got also, you can't be watching all the time. You got to implement action. Clear your space, clean your energy, clean your, environment, clean your auras, clean your chakras, clean everything. Make it fun, make it simple. So simple that it's fun. Like, okay, let's break this down into 1 billion pieces. Let's break this activity into 1 billion pieces while I'm listening my music, while I'm dancing into it. Oh, am I gonna wash dishes? I'm gonna wash dishes like this. You know what I mean? Make it fun. Make it fun. Make it livable. Because we all got one life. Make it fun. Make it livable. Because we all got one life. Do you want to spend your life regretting? You want to come to the age of, 100. If you're living right now and around the age of 50 and below, they say that you're gonna live way longer because of the technologies and stuff. But you know what I mean? Do you really want to live in this place we used to say? And now things are changing, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. So, let's see. Let's see what else to conjure here. What a channel. Because everyone channels. What are they channeling? Where these thoughts are coming from? Is it from the God? Now, let's go back to that topic of the God. You triggered again. Come on now. Because anagram of God, from back, spelled G-O-D, God, G-O-D, D-O-G, this is dog, right? What does the dog have? What does the dog have? It has, you know what it has? It has unconditional love. Unconditional love. Here you found your love. Twin flame. Love. So that topic, god damn it, took me out. I forget it again. God dang it. Well, when that unconditional love, that's all it means. God, you don't have to think about this thing is punishing, this thing is standing up on the sky, this thing like the old man, this whatever. You don't have to think about it. We don't know. Nobody knows, man. Just chill. It's good in the hood. You are it, man. You die gods, man. You're not here to worship God. You're here to express God's, man. The woman. Every man. So, yeah. It's just unconditional love. Unconditional love. Not a big deal. You don't want unconditional love. You don't like when your dog or others' dogs pet stuff. That you feel that love. Don't you feel joy? That golden retrievers or those human golden retrievers that Shane Gillis talks about. You can feel you can see the energies, frequencies they're. You can't touch them. They're way high in the frequencies, mate. You're about to do it. like that video. Alright. Ding dong. And that go Bears, the mom said, fan. But anyway, so yeah, it's just every single religion, every single philosophy, Eastern, Western, every single esoteric teaching have been talking about this, literally. Am I looking? I'm just looking at myself. Should I look at you? Nah, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna look at myself. Because this is, by the way, first time doing this. First time recording. Nothing. Just be authentic, nothing. Just chill. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it's all good. In the hood, now we know. Now we know it's a show. Now we know. Now we know it's a show. Now we know. Now we know you just gotta grow. Now we know it's a show. We just gotta grow in the show. Now we know. Now we know. Now we know. You just gotta go in the show. Yeah, you just gotta grow. One day at a time, one step at a time. And then the fun begins, and then the forever bliss begins. And then you wanna take even slower steps. Like you wanna chill because slow and steady wins the race, you know? You do what you love. You put that love within. The love within. And mix it up with the food. The food tastes better. People want to consume it. You know, when people are smiling more, when people are more authentic, when people have these, you know, like these things that your soul knows. Your soul knows. Like, oh, that's what I desire, dude. No, it's not cringe. That's what the world needs. Like, no. And it's all fun. It's all fun and games. It can be. It can be. It will be soon. Now we are in the age of acquirers. Age of acquirers stage. The 7 years, next 7 years until 2033, I believe will be very interesting. All these energies that's coming out, all these good energies that the lower frequencies are going crazy about, while those frequencies, you know, those new energies are kind of raising us up because you kind of don't believe in this Maya bullshit anymore. You can see all the news, all the stuff, you know, all this fake, all these things that, all these illusions that create divisions, you know, all these, you know, deceptions, distractions, attachments that they create, addictions, gamblings, the sports, everything, sport bettings. Man, that thing almost ruined my life. And all kinds of stuff. Gematria. Don't touch that topic much, but it's on the background. I mean, when it comes to sport betting, don't ever do that bullshit. But yeah, it is. That's also like numerology and gematria everywhere. You know, it's all showing us every single word, like everything that's happening within the moment of the now. What you see within your screen, that you know, from the eyes, and what you also see within your third eye when you awaken in your dreams. You awaken in your dreams. What do you see in your dreams with? Are you using your eyes, physical eyes? You're using your third eye. The third eye. Right? So yeah. So it's like all these, every single, you know, religion, all these esoteric teachings, mystery schools, thousands of years, you know, if you buy into his story, but all this stuff, his story, souls are solar system. Yeah, like they're all talking about the same thing essentially. Just people just are not realizing they're all metaphorical, you know, like figurative speech. Just like in the old times when people knew to speak basically in that 4D 5D languages, kind of like that. Those, you know, those other empires that kind of fell, you know, supposedly. All these Atlantis, these Lumerians, these kinds of beings, these, and then the Egyptians, and then us. But all of them, you know, like obviously when we look at all the pyramids around the world, everything around the world that's even we can't build right now, it's obvious like this was all part of one thing that fell almost like, and like mud flood theories, all these other theories out there. But the thing is that Doesn't matter all these stories, man. All these stories, like you want to buy into, like you really want to dive into rabbit holes forever, or you want to dive in. Come on now. In the astral projection, in these lucid dreaming spaces, doing everything you want to do. Your soul wants to have that experience too. And having that, you're just not remembering it. But you will. More and more. Everyone will. Everyone will get out of here eventually. When they do what they need to do. After, they gotta go through too. It's all figurative and metaphorical. Like Jesus, dying 3 days later. Just like when I was, I'm still 33 and I truly woke up to this type of stuff at the age of 33. What did happen to me? What did happen to my character? It's gone, basically. Like now I'm able to. Now what happened to me is I was reborn, just like Christ. Once you go through all the trials and tribulations, all these things that, oh my God, when is it gonna end? Like I can't even close to almost self-eliminations. Like it's this tough, and then, but it's not. It's not. Like you just, inwardly, nah, you shouldn't wait. There's something going on here. Nah, your body's gonna prevent you anyway. But especially if you are, like you are at these frequencies now, especially, like it's down now. There's no going back now, and it's now all fun now. It's all has to. But yeah, like just like Jesus, you go through these trials and tribulations. Like you gotta, slingshot, right? You gotta. How far do you want to go? You want to go this far? You want to go this far, or you want to go that far? You want to match with your highest self or your higher self? Which one? You want to do your higher good or highest good? Which one? How much pull, how much drag you gonna have in that arrow so it flies? The arrow gotta go backwards before it goes forwards, my friend. Come on in. You know this. But yeah, you're gonna face your Judith. You're gonna face your devils. You're gonna have to defeat them. There are these people in this world, a lot of demonic attachments, a lot of demonic attachments. They do not realize. They do not see, but that's okay, because everyone does their best with what they got, man. You gotta realize that. Everyone does their best with what they got, their experiences, nature, nurture, everything in between, from before, from after, everything is in the now, but it's in the now for a reason, this. It's in the now for a reason. You shall learn this eventually, but everything, why, when, where, how, it's all gonna come. You wouldn't want spoiler alerts, Why would you? Like, if you, it's much better to really see through it yourself, and then take the action yourself, because you have to, like, in order to get to where you want to get to, like your highest self. So yeah, in order to do that, you do your, just like the formula says, or every other formula, because again, every other religion, every other philosophy, every other thing has been talking about the same thing, which is the moment of now, which heaven and hell is here, which everything is what it is, They are just touching the different parts of the elephant. All these religions thinking that, oh look, I got the feet. It's all about the feet. No, dude, it's all about the hand, dude. No, it's all about. And then that the Abrahamic religions is like, no, it's all about the asshole, dude. It's all about. They are like trying to, and then atheists are like, no, it's all about. Let me dangle from the. It's not down there. There's a. Get out of there. Atheists are trying to. Okay. Excuse me my language, but yeah. And then Buddhism, Hinduism, Gnosticism. Now you are coming closer, like now you are at around the head, and then the Hermetism, right? Like there's about low as within so without, the pantheism, right? When you see through that, what God is all about. And then you also have that theosophy, that spiritual sciences, that really makes this whole thing into a science. Just like, and then the formula, which is, like let's say act on your passion. We talked about that. Take it as far as you can, as I mentioned. Act without expectation of how things should turn out. Exactly. Don't care. Not necessarily don't care. That's different, but care, but you already have it. Like you already have it. Like you felt the energy. Okay, let me tip into the energy. Okay, I feel it. This is how it's having it all about. I'm feeling it. Okay, and now I have it. Okay, I don't care now because I have it. But that's one of those manifestation stuff. But then you need it, and you do the right stuff, like this 10-point system. Like you always do your highest good, highest desire rather, and wherever that leads, it's going to be that magical spot that you already agreed upon before. Once you decided to jump into the timeline via letting go of these old attachments, like the egos, these lower egos, lower prides, all these bad emotions, these attachments to these bad theories, that negativity, these dark nights of the souls, dark night of the ego, that gets you in this world, like that's, I don't like it. I don't like seeing all these people suffer, but I know that it's all handled by the unconditional love. In short, you can say God, but people get triggered, so we may as well say unconditional love, because that love, that authenticity, it's what's within. It spreads out there. It's contagious. When kids laugh, when people laugh, like especially like some people have more contagious laugh, but like you want to laugh. Like when people are happy, you see them happy. When you want happiness, you see these examples outside that's showing you that you get to see the happiness is there. You can also have it. But if you have jealousy, envy towards it, you know what I mean? Like that's, again, you failed the test again. Oops. Repeat. But the thing is that it's a fair system still. Like it's just that you need to learn the universal laws. Where's my universal laws book? Anyway, universal laws you gotta learn. But yeah, once you know, there's no going back. Like Neo, hero's journey. It's all about the hero's journey, just like Neo. You question, you seek the truth, it seeks you. You follow the white rabbit, it follows you. You take a one real step towards real awareness, it takes 10 different but powerful step towards you. So it's a merciful system. It's just that you don't know the rules. It's just that you forgot. It's just that it is what it is after all that happened. After the families, injected their frequencies into us, the schooling, the prison school system injected that that thing, and then broke our whole thing. Our inner child was perfect before, when we remembered, but now we are remembering again. We are remembering again. And as we remember, 1% at a time, when that love, that unconditional love, reawakens from within, they spread it around. Butterfly effect, paid forward effect. All comes out. They are spreading it around, everywhere around the world, right? Then, guess what? It's after like just 1% of the whole world gets this mirror effect that we are seeing right now, like this real awakening, real first awakening that's going on, the first wave that we are riding here to create this new world together as the new leaders of this new world, the 5D class. As we do this, we are, realizing that we are powerful, that we have been making, that what we, change inside, all these little things that we do, we change the outside world, because that one person that you thanked, he thanks the other one, or spread the truth, the other one spreads it, and then, you know what I mean? That all of a sudden that one person is 10 now, 10 person is 100, 100 is 1,000, exponential growth. That real exponential growth, not the bullshit, I think they tried to do for a few years before, these landemics, the candidates, the bullshit. But anyway, so the thing is that we are done with the bullshit, and now that we see the mirror effect of life, and even if 1% sees it, that's it, because that's gonna make them passionate, that pay it forward, the fact that happiness that they spread around, they're just gonna keep spreading it until it's everywhere all of a sudden. So right now we are in that stage of that 7 years, I believe, where we go through the awakening to realize that it's all been a play, it's all been a game, a video game. It wasn't happening to you, it was happening for you. It was happening for you. It was happening for you. Because whatever you needed happened. Because in order to get to a certain spot, well, you gotta go through that black tunnel. To see that light at the end. You gotta drag that slingshot, that arrow, Gotta go back a little bit. Go to the 7 layers of hell. And come back as the victor. Once that fire cannot hurt you, because you become the fire, right? Can't hurt you now. Now you are the fire. Now you are that character that now knows he's a character, that's role player, that knows he's a role player. We have all been role playing, like little kids, don't we? Role playing in a VR simulated game, in a way. You may say it's all carefully structured, right? It's all very carefully orchestrated. Somehow works. Very paradoxical, but somehow works perfectly with everyone. Always speaking with God, with everyone, basically, in a way. Depends on how focused you are at the moment of that millisecond, within the millisecond. How deep are you, Which are you at theta? Where are you at? But yeah, he's my friend. It's all good now, my friend. Now it's time to hear from my friend. Because the bullshit is over, my friend. Because now we want to react, my friends. We will know. We will know what to do, because we will be silent, we will be listening. What are you saying? Okay, bullshit, 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 bullshit. Continue with your bullshit. And then let me repeat it back to you as a mirror. Boom. 2 plus 2 is 4. Now you know, my friend. Now you know too. It's all good. It's all good. Next. You know? Easy. It's easy. Or you take yourself out of that situation because you know, it's hopeless. Whatever your kid, the inner kid says, inner child. Your heart knows. Your heart has been waiting in that, what is this? Rib cage. You have been caged, my friend, in a prison planet, in the soul trap system, until now. Now the Archons have no power over you as you ripped apart those contracts. Because you say no to what? You want me to repeat it? You say no to shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. Then you become courageous. Then neutral. Then willing. With acceptance. Then comes reason. You understand reason? Then love. You start to feel that love. And you start to spread that love. Then you get joy. Joy is higher in frequency. Because why? Like just peace, happiness. That's not it, my friend. Come on. You gotta be happy. You gotta have the joy. But when the joy leaves, is it going to be bad? It's not going to be bad, my friend. Because that within the routine, everything is speaking to you at the same time. So why bother? Why are you every single second you can decide to listen to music, you can breathe, Wim Hof breathing, you can raise your vibrations in many which ways. There's 1,000 ways. I can make 1,000 videos about that. I will. Welcome to my channel. But yeah, but once you understand all of this, that's when you can have that real, that the Ekankar, those people know what God means, unconditional love, because dog, which in reverse, is God, which represents, unconditional love, because none of these languages, none of it is coincidence. Come on, none of it is coincidence. Not one thing that happened to you has been random. Has been a coincidence. Not one thing. Once you see this, you can unsee it. And then once you truly go through that mountain, climb it this. And then now, you get introduced to society. But now you got it, because now you know. They just don't know, because you didn't know too. They know not what they do, and no weapons formed against you shall prosper, my friend. You know this. You know this. You only, you know what you know, but God knows what everyone knows. What everyone feels, what everyone conspires, divine protection. You gotta be worthy though, right? You know this. You gotta go through that. You gotta get. Okay. Oh no, you gotta go through death. You gotta go through the awakening. You gotta get awakened within this shared dream that we are living in. This awakened dream, this dream that we are living in without realizing it, because as Harvard study, showed us 47% of the people, they are not focusing on the moment of the now. When they don't focus on the moment now, what has happened? They're just going through their day automatically. Most of these humans going through their days automatically. Like, not just driving, Just and then brush it out. You know, they're just doing everything that rinse and repeat, Groundhog Day, that we have all been living through until nowadays. But you know, you gotta be empathetic towards them. They know not what they do. But the thing is that all of this, you know, all these things were needed, right? All these things were needed. And now you pay it forward. You know, now you know. Now you want to get to the next level too, you know. You want to live that, joyful life. You spread the joy, because it was all about communications. You see, it wasn't about like even more than 1/3 of CEOs are depressed according to surveys, right? A lot of these like rich people, even celebrities, all these depressions, these money doesn't bring happiness. This is invaluable. What we know is worth billions of dollars. What we know is worth billions of dollars, because it's priceless. Yeah, what I mean is priceless. Because money is just a frequency and energy anyway. It's just something you gotta understand, because frequency, energy, vibrations, it's all about that. You know, we have been told in equilibrism, or the 369 method is the white magic. But yeah, in the morning you say it 3 times, in the afternoon 6 times, before sleeping 9 times. That's it, you got it. Whatever it all works. There are the pillars, even like how in order to lucid dream, some people wear a bracelet that says "Are you awake?" in order to do a reality check. When every time they see it, oh, are you awake? When they do a reality check, I plug my nose. Can I breathe through? Nope, I can't. Oh no, I can. Yeah, but in real dreams you can breathe through while plugged, while the nostrils are plugged. But yeah, kind of like that, like when you have those, even the crystals, I got all kinds of crystals too. Like, if you believe it, whatever you believe, it's gonna help, because placebo effect is powerful, magical. Yeah, everything is, anyway, frequencies, it's all you, it's all God, you've been interacting with. So why bother? Why bother yourself with all this negative stuff? Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. Become courageous. And let's continue. Neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy. Spread the joy. Then it spreads around. Then comes the real peace, though. The real peace. That real peace. I can make a video going deeper into, in a serious way, these things, but with the real examples as to how to advance all these levels, how to break these curses, this shame, feeling this, feeling that, feeling depressed, feeling whatever you feel. It's all curable, it's all healable. It's just that you need that right now, or else you wouldn't have it, because that thing you have somehow also working with many other things to bring about some other things that's going to eventually come out. You just gotta pick the right path for them to present themselves. In order to do that, you do your highest good, right? We talked about it. Let's go back. You do your act on your passion, whatever is closest to the 10-point system that I just mentioned, and then take it as far as you can. Act without expectation of how things should turn out. We left there. And then now continue, choose to stay in a positive state regardless of what happens. Magic. Positive states. Why would you be negative anyway? Like, stop spreading that bullshit. You know? And then examine and let go of fear-based or limiting belief systems, which has been basically everything. Everything we have ever seen. And, you know, taught to believe in before now. Is now you see what's really going on. Anyway, so yeah, once you follow the formula, you see the magic. You know, I have other people I've spoken to that happened, that as soon as, you know, they learned about it, they the next day, like, even like implement right away. They take one step, 10 steps is being taken towards them. They wake up right away. You know, like, you, if you know all you need to know, apply it, you'll see it, you know, in the moment. Like, you just gotta realize it, that you were just not paying attention. Like, the mind, the matter, you know, the mother, like this whole Trinity concept, right? Like the Mother, Father, and Holy Spirit, and like the Son, and all these, like Brahma, Vishnu, Krishna, and just that, you know, this mind, and that we are lost in, you know, which is the blind man. Yeah, I mentioned that the crippled man is the body, and the blind man, as I learned in Theosophy, my Theosophy classes, is us right now. We are blind. We are looking, seeing out, we are blind. I mean, we were. Now we are, you know, we are improving, right? We are becoming the leaders, the seers, the observers, the changers of reality. This is due to our frequency. Wherever we go, wherever we touch, we make a change. Even the smallest change can turn into a huge thing. Butterfly effect, you know? It's the wings of the butterfly. Fucking hurricane. Excuse my language. In somewhere else. In the whole other side of the world. Because of that one little thing. You know, one at a time. One person at a time. We'll change it. Easy. This next year is gonna be easy. This year is gonna be easy. Next year is gonna be easy. All years is gonna be easy, because there is no next year. There is no past. You know, it's all right now. It's all a dream. And now, you know. Now you know. You know, the initiation. Now we are Masons. But now we know the real truth. You know? Now we know wherein wisdom resides. You know, because it was all about wisdom. These higher wisdoms, Ellen Watts, you know, these people, these amazing philosophers like Terence McKenna, and so many have talked about, you know, the spirituality, especially the deep version of it, you know, about related to mirror effect, the seeing the both worlds working at the same time together with each other, you know. Everything being interconnected. The things we can see and we can't see, you know. Some people look at other people, they see their auras around them, like near-death experiences, they come back from them, all of a sudden they see auras. Some people, or they just learn to see them because of the techniques, like wearing glasses that kind of help you see better. Or again, so many things you can do. There's just so many things to do now, man. You can learn a lot of stuff. And telepathy, telekinesis, you know, there's billions of things. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you know it. Whatever you like, you love, you know it. Do it. Why not? So yeah, it's that easy. You know, if you build it, they will come. They told me. And I'm telling you the same, man. I'm telling you the same. Let me be an evidence for you. Because the thing is that it doesn't matter. Like, we are going to that world, whether we like it or not. This is the first wave. Like this knowledge is not known by most of the humanity right now. It's known by the hierarchy that, you know, all these movie creators, TV show creators, the music writers, these video game creators, they all implement these deeper messages, wisdom, you know, in these things because they know, they try to help out, wake others up. This is why every single song, movie, TV show, video game is basically, you know, when you know, especially now after awakening, you go back to any of them, you see deep wisdom everywhere. Like when all these comments on YouTube, like you see which ones are awake, which ones are not, almost right away from what they write. You know, it's like these two worlds going on at the same time, but we saw the bad one before. We now see the other layer, and now both of them together. That's the plane. That's where the play takes this purgatory-like, you know, thing where the karmic games are being played. But when the person, you know, does something bad, and then they get the karmic reflection reflected back from the mirror, because, you know, 3D world is a mirror. You're always looking at a mirror. If you are looking at a mirror and you are like conspiring against it, you are angry against it, you are like, you know, jealous sometimes, you are like envious, you have all these bad emotions when you are looking at this mirror, because we are not physically moving anywhere, you know. It's all like in the astral plane, we are just in a circular sphere basically, where we are just in this Maya illusion, like just lost in, you know, in a sphere in a way. But yeah, so I mean, if you have all these bad stuff that you express, you choose to express when you're looking at this mirror, you know, guess what the mirror is going to reflect back. Because if you know, look at the mirror and smile, right? Smile. The mirror has no option but to smile back. If you are angry, if you are, you know, if you have these bad emotions, then you come to the mirror with the bad, you know, you start your day with a bad routine, you wake up from the wrong side of the bed, you don't have any Wim Hof meditation, you don't do any red light therapy, you don't do any, like, anything that's you want to do, you know, but healthy, you know, like a plant-based whole foods diet. You try to eat more, maybe healthily, in these ascension times where your body will seek those foods further. But, you know, if you have those things, the mirror has no option to reflect it back. So you gotta reflect back the right thing. You gotta basically learn that you are always looking at the mirror. You gotta treat everyone with respect. You know, they deserve respect. Excuse me. If you know adults, you know, if you're adults right now, you should learn. You should have known this by now. Because some adults, many adults don't know this. You know, they just don't treat these like bus drivers, these, you know, fast food workers, these cleaners, you know, all these people, they don't see as people. So that's a karmic lesson right there. But there are tens of thousands of them out there in every single millisecond going on, and we are waking up to all of them. Yeah, and then you don't reflect those things to the mirror. You don't look at the mirror angry. There's no reason to be angry. Unless you buy into their character, and then, you know, you just think that, oh, there's the past, there's the future, oh my god, I need to be regretful against the past, I need to be worried towards my future. Like, get out of here. You know, So yeah, don't project, you know, those things, or else it will reflect back those things to you. It will teach you lessons. You know, it will show you other people. They will do the same. They will do the same to you. And if you don't learn your lesson, someone else will do worse to you. Then you gotta learn your lesson. If you don't learn again, eventually there comes the breaking point, the rock bottom for some people. But, you know, again, once you come out of that, you start flying. Start flying around. So yeah, we want our wings back. You want your wings back? You will have them. But there's time for that. I mean, if you wanna learn how to lucid dream and astral project, you know, like this, you can learn everywhere. Though they teach the worst methods, but we shall talk about that one day. But yeah. I like to fly in my sleep. But yeah, there's just so much. Like I can just go on and on and on and on. You know, once I make it longer, it's already been 1 hour and 41 minutes. Damn, time flies by. Cause there's no time. It's an illusion. You have fun, that thing flies. You're bored, you're like, you don't like what you're doing. God damn, that thing is like, you know. But it's teaching you, you know, showing you. See, you know, like even when you have fun, you can't believe it. Like it's a magic. All of a sudden, how can a 5-hour activity feel like an hour? All of a sudden, like time doesn't exist. What? You know, everything is showing us everything. Every single thing. As I mentioned, like some people, they look at other people, they see auras. They look at their body language. They know what their body language is speaking. You know, they understand, right? Like when I'm like in a public space, right? I'm listening people from their voices, from the light around, like how light flickers, how random sound that comes out as confirmation, basically at the perfect times, right? Every time, and how their body language is like. The crippled man, how the crippled man is acting, saying what their words are saying versus what their body is saying versus what their facial, you know, muscles. It's all kinds of stuff you can pick up from that, right? What that's saying, and then just like some people can, you know, taste colors, taste sound. Some people, you know, hear colors, you know, like it's just that we have just anything you imagine is possible. Anything you imagine is possible. That's the kind of world we are entering into. You know, you can activate all these previous skills that we kind of lost and we can remember though, and then use and implement. So yeah, my journey, you know, all these 20 years long research, 724 basically, just like, let's go, you know, all these conspiracies, rabbit holes, and diving deep, diving in, all until the end, until passing. Like, oh, you guys are afraid? I'm not afraid. All the way. All the way. So yeah, that whole thing has taught me a lot of information, you know, a lot of good information, important information that made me who I am today. So I'm grateful. You gotta be grateful, you know. You gotta be very grateful. Because it's not about, you know, like, grateful, what are you saying? Like, people are going crazy already. There's a lot of people going crazy. Like, grateful, you know. Why would I be grateful? I guess this bullshit, fucking diabolical evil. It's like everything else is bullshit, dude. What do you mean? It's unfair, dude. Yeah, sure. Until it's not. You are grateful for not only who you become, but you're grateful that you realize it's all necessary. That was all necessary to make you who you are today, who you are right now, who you have always been. You know, like deep down, deep down, you knew. That's why, you know, you were slowly but surely guided into this place. Seeing this. And now it's all fun and games, because now all these unknowns, these questions, these big questions, where did we come from? What is going on here? How? When? Where? Why? You know, it's good now. Now we know some of it, but now it's surprises, you know, like, do you like surprises? But now God gives you surprises. Now you know that it comes from unconditional love. It comes from that already set thing that was there before. Because in video games, you know what happens? Once you beat these demons, like this, when you beat people's inner demons in a way in real life, but when you, in these games, right, all these monsters that you beat that level you up, right? And then when you level up, what happens? You know, you jump through all these kinds of billions of timelines, and then you kill off your old timeline selves, and you have to mourn them in these trials and tribulations. So it's a very tough process, but a lot of death and rebirth in a way. But yeah, you know, that's why all these religions are metaphorical, you know, figurative. What people don't realize, but Bhagavad Gita, that war, you know, that we are in that war right now. But that war didn't happen. It's happening right now within us and without. You know, Jesus didn't die, and this is all this. No, this is happening for us. You know, I mean, you could consider it as that those timelines happening. But if you were to consider that, but it's in reality, it's all these religions. Like, if you look at it from our perspective, of looking at it as if it's talking about our own inner world, the connection between us and our soul and spirit. You know, so once you look through that way, you can see right away every single religion is talking about the same thing. Every single esoteric, you know, philosophies and all these science, even like this, again, double slit experiment, quantum entanglement, fine-tuning theory, and all kinds of stuff. You know, it's just simulations, theories, and I can go into so many different things in structured videos, but basically this is much better. It's straight up channeling from my higher self, and just, you know, according to what this vessel knows, being able to use the words with this vessel and spread it out there. But now I'm a little bit more closer to my higher self, you know, my highest self. I'm going higher and higher, slowly but surely. And after a certain breaking point, that rock bottom, that's it. You're done now. You know, now you know not to react. You know not to, you know, just lose your mind. You know, just, even I just laugh, you know, like, you just, it's all almost like you could look at it as a divine entertainment show. You can look at it as a whole kinds of level. Like, as long as you don't look into the bullshit, you know, out there. Like, I don't watch news. I don't watch all this. I don't know what's going on. Like, especially last 2 months, you know, like, I just hear it from others. It comes to me, and I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, these energies are coming to world that are positive. That's unfortunately affecting these lower, you know, like, all these planet in a different way, because everyone is right now not at where they're at, and they're supposed to be at, in a way. If we were to be in that time where a lot more people, you know about this, and then boom, it spreads exponentially even faster, which we are, you know, it's happening already. So everyone is waking up. So these type of stuff will be talked about way more, you know, just like they have been talked about for a long time, a long time. This is just a modern version of it, basically, where we are coming to that, harvest point where everything we did, all of the good, the bad, this is the ugly, this is the beauty, all of it has been, you could say, worth it, as you realize you were worthy, that you deserve it, and now you can claim it. Now you're at that level. Now you passed that level in the video game character. Now you're at the level, let's say, 77. But every single level you've been getting a reward. You don't realize it, but now you're more courageous, you're more happy, you're more joyful, you're this and that. Like every single level there's like all these positive stuff increases, negative stuff now decreases. It comes with practice. You gotta practice before every time a single situation happens. Like, let me tell you, when I went to this I like to go to like these events, like this meetup.com, spiritual events, random. But yeah, I found this great place, and in this place, like I remember there was a video that they opened, and in the video there was this like very little kid, like 2 or 3 like they indigo child, star kids, whatever they're called, star seed, indigo kids, but yeah, he was saying like in the video, everyone, if you practice stress, if you practice unhappiness, if you practice all these bad emotions every day, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be very bad, very, very, you're gonna be expert at these things. You're gonna be bad outside. But if you practice happiness, if you practice joy, if you practice this and that every day, you're gonna be expert at those things. Those things are gonna come easier to you. He was saying some, deep wisdom. But basically, it's a very deep wisdom, like it's about practice. It's every time that bad thing comes out, do you stop yourself? You just, or sometimes it's the opposite, like emotions comes out, like you gotta cry, you let it go, you cry, can't be ashamed of crying. Kidding me? I cry, like I cry sometimes every day. Depends on, like if I'm watching like sometimes the shorts comes to you, right? Like you watch shorts, you watch reels and these small videos, and boom, all of a sudden, that video that hits you, because again, it needed to hit you, right? So that it shows you, what you need to see, and yeah, let it go. It's okay. That's how you heal. All of a sudden, snot comes out, or all these like stuff, and you clean yourself out, and you feel like, oh, that's so good, But yeah, I mean, you with these practices, you start to, all these good emotions, you start to pick them, you start to practice them, because you need to learn. Like some people, they don't know how to receive love. Like when they are hugging, so they're like right away they're releasing, like. But if you were to like embarrass that hug, that's going to be healing 10 times more, or billion times more. If you say a one sentence that's very meaningful to someone, like you could say it, like it happened to me when I was going into an elevator in my apartment. This one person looked into my eyes and said, everything is going to be okay, in a random way. That kind of was sort of spiraled into all kinds of stuff, right? But those random things can change people's entire lives, because even that like made me, we were pondering with my brother, right? Oh, what was that? Right at the perfect time, and then these songs, every time it's the perfect time, and eventually you are like, everything is speaking to us right now, man. Like, let's be real. But yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. So So yeah, if you practice those types of good stuff and stop practicing those bad emotions like jealousy, envy, anger, all this stress, anxiety, depression. Do you still need them? Do you? Does your character need them? Your soul doesn't. Your spirit doesn't. There's a reason why when people have these near-death experiences, and there's many cases where people say, oh wow, that was a dream. What? That was like it didn't feel like nothing. That was like what? That felt fast too. Huh. But I can't believe I was so stressed. I had the anxiety, I had all this stuff, in it. Like I took it too seriously. Like us humans are experts at making meaningless things have meaning, or rather, making things that don't matter. All these illusions that we are trying to justify with all these arguments. No, it's not my religion. It's not my God. You burn in hell forever. Oh, you failed the test, my friend. Well, but yeah. So yeah, it's almost 3 a.m. I guess I better sleep soon. But yeah, I mean, welcome to my channel. Neoverse. In this universe that is somewhat like metaverse, that is now the Neoverse, where everyone was Neo, and everyone had to go through that hero's journey to wake up. And now we can live in the Neoverse, where we now came back to the Matrix to help out to create this new world, and the new world shall be created, and we shall have a lot of fun in it. And teach other people to have fun in it, because again, most people don't know how to have fun, how to embrace love, how to express love. They will learn. They will learn from whoever they need to learn. I help out. Someone helps me out, and all of a sudden that cycle goes out with the butterfly effect, paid forward effect, everywhere. So every time it's like a increased collective consciousness going on, because it is collective consciousness. There's a hive mind effect going on around here, So in some parts of the world, people start to break records. Other parts of the world, they start to break records. Other parts, they know some stuff. All of a sudden, these guys also know that stuff. They invent some stuff. They are also at the same time. All these like things that's in the ether. It's trying to come to you. It's trying to express through you, through your vessel. To basically implement that activity that's supposed to happen at the perfect time. So, which version do you want to play? Do you want to play the higher self, highest self? You want to, travel? You want to, what do you want to do? Start though with your highest action, one day at a time, small, slow, learn. There's so much to learn. But it's all within at the end of the day. You can all tap into it to get that information from the Akashic records, from all these like inventions, like when people in their dreams, they see these things and all of a sudden they invent them, and or they create those movies, or it's just these messages come in when they're exactly supposed to come in and when you're ready. So everything happens at the perfect time. Everything's perfect. What? Are you triggered? Come here. Yeah, with me. But yeah, we're at the 2 hour mark. You know, I guess I don't know if I should cut this video into a few or whatever, but let's see what we do. But yeah, we shall have a lot of fun. I'm telling you, eternal bliss has started. We can now, you know, realize and see that every single thing is speaking with you, everything's speaking with us. That it doesn't have to be sad, doesn't have to be like all these narratives, all these stories that was told to you, all these things that happened to your character in the past. It makes you regretful or worried about the future, and it makes you believe in this character. Let it go. Let it go and have fun. And now do you. Now be you. The real you. Practice. Comes with practice. Start as soon as you wake up, start the meditation. As soon as you meditate into the sleep. Attention and intention. Going to the sleep and meditation with an intention. Pay attention. What are you paying there? Attention. Right? A lot of people are paying their attention to the bad stuff, and they give a lot of their energy into that other thing to grow, when they could have reclaimed their own energy, call their energy back. I call all my energy back. That I've given unknowingly, spread it around without reclaiming it. And then you have a lot of energy. Because energy is energy, Emotion. Energy, emotion. See the language, man. Every single language, it has these cryptic, symbolic, these references, to the truth, to these higher languages. Like when people go to these higher planes and come back here, they can even, with these languages that we have in this earth, for humanity, for us, right now, that we represent as. But yeah, there's a lot of cows, there's a lot of stuff, which is normal because of these new energies. But the thing is that, just, don't drag yourself down with them. Don't drag yourself down, or else you gotta protect your energy. You can't just, you should have a zero tolerance policy. Like if you look at my community posts here, you will see you should have a zero tolerance policy against any type of negative shit. Oh, is that it? Peace. Or you play your character the way you want to play. Because you're a walking karmic mirror, my friend. You give people their karma. You become karmic to some people in a way. You have a lot of, just like you have a lot of karmics, all these, soul contracts, the soul ties, these past lives, however much is, whatever is going on. But it's fun, unknown. I love learning. Last 20 years, like all those dogs, like they want to learn tricks or they want to do stuff. Like I'm almost like that, I really love learning. That's one of my superpowers. Pay attention, intention, and magic happens. Can you create magic? Can you prove you're a strong magician? Then prove it, Learn about the rays, the 7 rays. We all have each one of them in us, but Focus on the good aspects of it and decrease the bad aspects of it, just like I mentioned with the emotions. And then you'll be, coming closer and closer to that high self. That's when the fun begins. Because, now you have the real peace, which afterwards comes enlightenment. Are you enlightened? Are you awakened? Enlightening. This has been an enlightening conversation. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. All these hardcore research studies I've done that kind of led me here. I'm so happy now. I was like 20 years dark night of the soul. I'm like basically deep down in terror, like thinking, oh my god, this is fucking prison. This is all this like diabolical evil. This is like evil controlling the world. This is Epstein Island. This, Now you know. Now I know. And now they shall know. They shall know. And I want to help them as fast as possible. I can't help it. I'm like, I just want to hear about, but I want the party to begin already. The whole world to be better. One day at a time, one person at a time. So good. So good in the hood. So yeah. Meaning. What's the meaning of life? It is life. It's a life full of meaning. Now you can have meaning from everything you look at. Everything is speaking with you, and you can give a meaning to everything. And once you see the meaning, all these deeper meanings, now you know which one means more to you. You know which one speaks to your heart the most, and then like for me, as you can see, communication is like it's an okay skill, and then other things I love, so many things like freestyle I can, and then so many like these activities I like martial arts I love, been doing all my life. And what else? Nearly all my life, not as a kid, but since middle school, high school. But yeah, and all this other stuff, that I know about. For example, like lucid dreaming, astral projection, I know a lot about it. Veganism, plant-based, stuff, I know a lot about it. All this other stuff, atheism, evolution, like that useless stuff, and tarot type of stuff, a little bit now I'm learning about it, but yeah, it's whatever I want to learn, whatever I want to do, whatever you want to do, it's whatever is your highest desire. You just gotta follow it, man. Now it's the world is telling you your job is not where it's at. If you're not, like if you do what you need to do, like God provides, man. And God, what I mean, your high self, unconditional love, whatever, like you don't want to give authority like that, like you feel like that, then highest self, universe, what, as long as you believe, there's a reason why God created, this unconditional love, created so many paths to every door leads to, every road leads to Rome. So all these sayings, like they are there for a reason, all these stories, because us humans, we really understand and learn from stories, so remember it easily from them, right? So that's why there's all these stories. But now we're gonna create better stories, even though it's all illusions, but you wanna live in better illusions? Because after a certain breaking point, it's then eternal bliss. Down to the moon, but not the one before, which brought us here. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to, I guess this is a face reveal as well, but yeah, I just wanted to put this out there. Whoever it reaches, I know that when you are watching this, And I know so many people probably didn't pass through the first minute or second. That was basically like an elimination process. A lot of people probably cringed out, right? A lot of people, whatever. but yeah, like play your character however you want to play. Again, who cares what people think? That's all you giving them their karmic lesson. You just walking as a karmic white mirror amongst all these black mirrors. But they still reflect. You're gonna learn. They still reflect your archetypes, just like every single movie. These heroes' journey people go through. They are, seeing their inner world reflected outside. They gotta face these archetypes, and basically, do what they need to do. There's all these stages, famous stages you gotta go through. Hero's journey, Buddhism, all this, and then you get to that magical spot that we are at right now. And that spot is, once you're aligned, once you're embodied in that higher awareness, and you just keep taking steps towards that, keep, whatever you want to do, I like learning again on mine, so I can help out better, communicate better, and, better information. I just want this world to, let's just, end this old world, create this new world or anything. What's going on here, Like, are you not tired? I was kind of tired and done. But yeah, it's, you gotta get to that point, Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Because why do I say a lot of fun? Anyway. So yeah. Silence. Are you comfortable in the silence? You got it. Those are good practices, when people do those. I remember seeing like these videos of people who are addicted to their phones and all this, like me, basically, like all these doom scrollings and all this other stuff. When they do that practice of, okay, for hours, for days, not touching technology, that's really good, especially with meditations. When there's all these ancient meditations or these natives do, when they look at a certain spot, or open eye meditation, closed eye meditation, all kinds of different things. But eventually you look at the same thing, like you start to see the whole. Like if you look enough to that void, void looks back at you. You see it, and then you can see that it sees you too. Like you realize eventually that it's all been a game. It's all been recorded. You are just a recording device of God in a way, like basically, just interacting with this inner and outer state at the same time. It's everything. That's nothing at the same time. This dualistic thing that's with everything. It's like whatever you believe in, the machine will create and give reasons for you to believe further. Oh, you don't want to believe that anymore? You want to, maybe the other thing is true? Okay, let's give you that more. You need that? Okay. The internet will send you more suggested videos, And eventually you find the root. You see the mirror defect of life, right? Then billions of things happen, because you see that billions of things has been happening every single millisecond, trying to speak to you, help you out, help you out in your path, in your path towards the enlightenment, the real awakening. So yeah, that's where it's at. That's what we gotta do. So, are you excited? That's okay if not. Some days it's gonna be, gonna be roller coaster. Moon, moon cycles. Full moon, a new moon, a full moon, new moon. But it doesn't have to affect you. You just gotta, just gotta learn what's the moment is teaching you every single millisecond. Again, it's all happening in the now. So if something is happening in the now too, if you're hearing something with your ears, if you're seeing something with your, eyes, and it's speaking to you. We are speaking right now together. Like if you were to meditate right now, if you would go deep down, I'm answering your questions and having a conversation with you. That's the deepest truth. We are all having conversations almost like, again, once that frequency, 332 hertz, like we are at the same frequency, whatever, it's not related, but, you see the video then, only then, and you can only see a certain portion. You gotta, how much does it speak to your soul, to your experience, where you're at. And then you watch the whole thing. Now do you realize, you don't, you're probably gonna get triggered, all right, some bullshit, which is fine. They know not what they do. I'm gonna do it. Depends on what you write, you may get yourself in a place where you write stuff and nobody sees it because it's all been hidden by that. But I don't know. Like, hopefully though, a lot of people will see it, like we are seeing it. A lot of people will see at least like the smaller portions of it, like all these videos of like in my community posting. I'll share more, but like psychics, for example, speaking with people's past loved ones. And I know like the soul trap mindset would say people, oh no, they're like the matrix speaking, acting as if they're whatevers, and who knows how many layers of it could be true. But the thing is that, nah, we've been just kidding ourselves, like, just buying into all this bullshit. It's just what stories, man. Just putting us in these loops. They were just putting us in these loops. We didn't realize, but we needed it at the time. You gotta go through it, Just have blind faith towards this, like, oh, I'm going to save this and that. Nah, you will teach lessons. Oh, you have blind faith? You gotta learn. So yeah, they gotta learn, we gotta learn. It's a duality, you gotta merge. You gotta take the good from New Age, take the good from the soul trap, like the, not attaching to things, and knowing the inner power, right? Sovereignty, the importance of sovereignty and freedom, and all these mind wipe stuff that should be prevented, and all this other stuff that was related to it. But again, once you see the mirror, that's it. Once you see the mirror, that mirror effect, that observer effect, that double slit experiment effect, then that's it. Then like, oh, actually, the things that I was thinking about, the things I was doing, they were happening because they needed to happen. so that you get to the, you know, spot that you need to get to. But you want to get fast, you know, sometimes then you got to deal with more fast, you know, more fast and furious shit. It come towards you with fury. And then, eventually, you know, it's all good. It's all good. And always will be. Now, let's not do this again. Let's never reincarnate again, God damn it. But, well, yeah, I am not gonna, definitely. I'll keep my memories going forward. You know, so with you probably. I mean, it's all up to the people who want to do whatever they want to do, but I'm going to straight to Goloka and beyond. You know, I'm going to Goloka first and then save those cows from Krishna and then go even higher. But yeah. I am love. You are love. So, I guess it's time to sleep. Even though we have been walking to sleep most of our lives, you know. I'm still saying you know a lot, goddamn. But yeah, we have been the Walking Dead. We have been, you know, sleepwalking throughout our lives, not realizing that we have been sleeping there 47% of the time, you know. People are not paying attention to the moment of the now, doing everything with their, you know, if they are right-handed, let's say they are doing it with the right hand, but instead if they were to, like, you know, brush with their left hand, open their doors with their left hand, you know, start to, like, those bracelets, you know, start to pay attention to the moment of the now more. Maybe they wear more, like, whatever, you know, related stuff, crystals, protection, whatever, and then they keep remembering, like, in their subconscious, they know, you know, like, when I'm looking at here, I know what's going on with my subconscious everywhere, right in my room. Basically same thing, you know. That you are more kinda with placebo and everything else, improving your powers, you know, attracting more, because then you start to feel more. You have more intuition. Intuition is everything. You gotta increase your intuition, and then you pick up things that others don't pick up, you know. And then you, because you pick them up, you know where that leads you. Then you go there, you pick the other thing, boom, whatever you needed, you know. But most of these things I'm talking about is also the most important one is the knowledge, the wisdom. Those are the most expensive. Those are the actually priceless pieces that you need. Because yes, you could say money, you know, we are all adults here, like, without money, you know. Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways you can look at this subject. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to going all the way up with the money, CEO levels, that's not it. As just people realize, like, oh, they become, you know, at a certain spot, and then only when this other thing happens, I'm gonna be happy. They get that, boom, right away. That loses meaning, because now, okay, now I gotta be the boss. I gotta be this. I gotta be the CEO. I gotta, you know, they're never satisfied. Never satisfied, because their soul knows that's not what they desire. You know, they're just putting themselves willingly in these loops. But they needed to do what they needed to do in order for hierarchy to function the way it functions perfectly at all times. Though, you know, to say perfectly, when it comes to everything we see, I'm hoping all of the things I see is truly illusions. But there's just so much deep layers to this. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what happened before. We don't know you know, what's gonna happen. But it's all coming to light now with the age of Aquarius, you know. You do know now. Because it's all in the now. You always knew. It's just that you were aligning with it. And now you have. And it will continue to be. Because I will continue to be. And as we keep doing the same, the collective consciousness will raise. Because even you change 1%, you know, you change your own thing 1%, you affect all the people around you at that 1% level. And guess what? Right away they're affected. And they spread that 1%. And that becomes 2. That becomes 4. That becomes 8. Exponential growth. We are at that times, man. We are at those times. These psychic readers all of a sudden making skeptics, you know, believers in minutes. All these channelers and all these, like they're the, I'm talking about the ones that are above Antakarana levels, you know, above the higher chakra levels, where they can actually connect to their high self. Because at the end of the day, it's all stories, characters that we are making up. It's all us from the future. We are engaging it basically within the now. It's happening. But I mean, it is again very paradoxical, but at the same time it is what it is. And at the same time we got so much more to learn and look forward to and create, because we are creators. We need to create. We will be pushed towards creating something. Whatever you create, doesn't matter if you create an amazing cake, you know, amazing, like you, however the way you spread love, that's gonna change the world. 1% at a time, one day at a time, you know, one smile at a time. That's how it happens. It's all spread around, just like that video. That was a commercial or whatever. That's like one person does something good, another person, and it all spreads around. It's just one little action, you know. But we think that's just means nothing, but in reality it means everything. But if the littlest thing that you did, that meant everything. That person that told me everything would be okay, that meant everything, you know. So I guess it was a good place to end it, huh? I mean, with my energy I can go on for not sleep 10 more hours, but I'm very passionate about talking about all of these topics. But I'll end it for now here. And we already went insane. Let's see if anybody watches this video. And then accordingly, I'll see if I should continue and do more on that. But I will, because I know that even if it helps one person, you know, that one person is going to change the world. So yeah, thanks everyone. Sayonara.